Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Medicare Sales Playbook. I'm your host, Dallas Keithley. Guys, I have been waiting for this for some time. This is what we have been working very hard for. My producer there, Adam Steffen, he has absolutely been killing it, working hard, traveling across the country, trying to get this show ready. And man, it is here, and we are thrilled to come to you guys. When we thought about doing this show, the purpose of it was to have a positive voice in the insurance world, specifically the Medicare insurance world. There is a lot of noise out there when it comes to Medicare insurance. There is some negativity. There's a lot of ideas. And what we want to do is we want to bring some clarity to the Medicare world. We want to bring some help to the Medicare world. We want to bring some fun to the Medicare world. And we want to give agents a tool that they can use to enhance their business. Our slogan is helping Medicare Sales Playbook, helping insurance agents expand their business one play at a time. We landed on the playbook because of the fact that I have always loved sports, right? You look at me, 5'8" white guy, and you know that's a guy that loves him some sports. And not only that, it was basketball for me growing up, right? I grew up playing basketball. I grew up knowing that I was never going to be the number one scorer, so I learned how to adapt. And man, I love to play defense. I love to rebound and just pester the mess out of people. And I tell you what, one thing I learned early is that I had to work extra hard. If I wanted to make the team, I had to work extra hard. If I wanted to start, I had to work extra hard. And so one thing I made sure I did was I never got out hustled. I was never going to be the most talented guy on the floor. I was never going to be the most athletic guy on the floor. But I promise you, the things that I could control, I did. And I never, ever, ever wanted to get out hustled. So that's the mindset that we try to bring to the Medicare world. And we want to teach you how to use your God-given gifts. I do believe that every person in this space has a God-given gift. A lot of times we feel incompetent because our gift isn't what somebody else has, but that's okay. That's all right. What you need to do is learn to use what you have been given and then expand into the areas that you have to learn to work in. So Medicare Sales Playbook is here to help you grow. It's here to help you get some new ideas. A lot of times in the insurance world, we work on an island. We want to take you off that island, show you that there is a community out there that wants to support you, that wants to help you, that wants to see you grow. I want this to be an interactive podcast. I want this to be something where you can voice your opinion. If you have questions, we're going to have experts on here. I certainly don't know anything. Well, that may be a Freudian slip there. I certainly don't know everything, but we are going to have people on that can help you grow. One of the things that you're going to see on this program many times is the fact that as you bring on experts, one of the first things they talk about is their mentor. They're going to talk about the people that have guided them along the way. I hope I get to introduce you to a mentor. I hope I get to introduce you to someone that takes your business to the next level. So Medicare Sales Playbook, I'm excited for it. I hope you will share this. I hope you will comment. I hope you will tell me who you want to see on this show. I hope you will reach out and just let me know that this has helped you. If we help you in any way, I want to know about it because that's what keeps me going. I wanted to start off today by telling my story, how I got in the insurance world and why I do what I do. Like I said, my name is Dallas Keithley. I grew up as a missionary kid in Papua New Guinea. My parents were very hardworking people. They were people that loved me very dearly, and they gave me every opportunity they could. I didn't know till later we were poor. I thought we just liked beans and cornbread and spaghetti. Found out later it was because we didn't have a lot of money, right? But they gave me everything I could. When I say that, I mean they gave me opportunity. They gave me encouragement. They gave me confidence, and I'm very, very thankful for that. I grew up then and then came back to the United States, got into college, went to a small college here, College of the Ozarks, and then dropped out of that. Thought I wanted to go into the ministry, got my degree in church ministry, and I was working at a boat factory because that's what you do after you get your degree in church ministry. You go to work in a factory. And man, I wouldn't trade that for anything. Learned a lot of good things along the way working in factories, learned to use my hands, learned to work hard. And man, I attribute a lot of my success to the fact that I did some jobs that made me work hard. But I got out there and was working in it. But the problem was in the boat business. I live here in Springfield, Missouri. So Johnny Morris started Bass Pro right here in Springfield, Missouri. So I worked at Tracker Marine in the warehouse, helping people put together parts, right? So got into that. I met a young lady and I got married, right? Her name's Lori, and man, just the love of my life. We've been married 23 years. I hope that math is right. Forgive me if it's wrong, babe. But 23 years we've been married this year and have 2 beautiful kids. But here's the deal. When you work in the boat factory, they lay you off every summer. You build the boats in the winter, they sell them in the summer, so you get laid off. When you're single, that's really cool. That's really awesome. But when you get married, your wife does not sometimes appreciate the fact that you can serve her ramen, different flavored ramen every night, but still ramen, right? She wanted security. And my wife has always been behind me 100%. So we both talked about it. We knew it was time to find a career. I went and spoke to a gentleman named Brian Askins, who I went to church with at the time. Brian introduced me to Mutual of Omaha. Worked there with him. And let me tell you, I failed twice. But there was something in me that just kept grabbing me. There was something, I would hear him talk about the sales that they had made. I'd hear him talk about the business because I was still good friends with him. And man, I just knew I had it in me. I knew that I could do this business. And so I got back into the business and really got a system. You're going to hear that word a lot on this program. I got a system, started working the system, and then we went out, started an independent agency and secure insurance group. And man, it's been great ever since. Have we had some hard times? Absolutely. But what I want to get across is I knew that I could do this. Not because I'm anything special or anything like that, but I knew that I had the desire and the will. When you put desire, will, and a system together, man, you've got a winning combination. So if you're missing one of those, we would love to help you find that. So that's kind of why I do what I do. I got into Medicare about 6 years ago, and I had always been a final expense life insurance guy, got into Medicare and started talking to people about Medicare, learned that I love helping seniors. I love helping people find the right fit for them. I'll never forget, I was sitting at a table. I was wondering whether Medicare was for me or not. I was sitting at a table with a couple, and I tell this story a lot, but they brought their medications to me, because we're looking it up, seeing which plan is right for them due to their medications and their doctors and all that. They bring me their meds. And the wife, all of her meds were about half full. The husband, his meds were just all empty. And I asked him, I said, "Sir, are you waiting for a refill?" And he said, "No." He said, we're just, and the wife started crying, right? The husband's trying to hide it. The wife starts crying. And I said, "Sir, what's going on?" And she told me, she said, "Dallas, we can't afford our meds. We are trying to pay our rent. We're trying to eat, and so what we do is we order his meds one month, my meds the next month, and then we borrow from neighbors." I was able to go in there and help them get on Medicaid. I got them on a D-SNP plan, and man, we got them a grocery card. We got them all this stuff. And driving home that night, man, I'm crying as we leave the table. All of us are crying. We got them dentures. We got them glasses. We got them all these different things that they didn't even know were out there available to them. And I called my wife on the way home and I said, "Honey, this is why we do what we do. This is my why. It's to go out there and help people and to make sure that people know of everything that's out there that they can help." So I'm passionate about Medicare. I'm passionate about helping people. I'm also passionate about helping agents understand what they can do financially. Let me show you something. I understand a lot of you guys maybe listening to this podcast. If you get a chance, go back to our YouTube channel later and watch this. But I'm going to show you some numbers here as to how Medicare can help you grow. So watch this. I put together a stat line on what Medicare can do. If you were to go out and you were to write 120 new plans, now that's 10 plans each and every month. Now, is that easy? Absolutely not. But anything that's worth doing is usually not easy. Is it doable? 100%. So you go out, you write 120 new plans each and every month. Now, these do have to be new plans, turning 65 or coming off group. Let's say 83% of those stay on the books. So you maintain 100 of those policies each and every year, because we know that one of the big reasons we get into Medicare is because of residual income, right? 5% increase in comp every year. So we started out, I built this in 2023 when the commission was $601. So if you wrote 120 plans times 601, that's $72,100 your year, or $120 year one. So 120 plans, you're going to make $72,000. Now, don't forget, you got to pay taxes. You're going to have to buy leads. So you're not going to have an amazing first year. If all you did was that, you're taking home maybe 30 grand, right? The next year, though, you wake up with 100 policies on the books, right? You take that times $315 because you're going to get half of whatever the residual or whatever the new commission rate is, right? This year, now we did it at 5% when I did this in 2023. This year, the actual commission in most states is $611. So you take 100 times $315, that's $31,500. That's called mailbox money. That's when you're going to wake up every year knowing what you make. You write 120 new plans, that's $107,100. Then year 3, you wake up with 200 plans on the books. Now the commission is $330 for a residual income. That's $66,000. You write 120 more, that's now equals $145,200. If we keep going and keep rolling through this, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see how the numbers grow, right? In year 5, you now have $230,400 worth of income, but the beauty of it is the $144,000 of residual income. That is where you can grow. That is where you can start to see something. I was talking to a buddy of mine, Sid James. He said, Dallas, the reason I'm able to run a business is because I have that mailbox money coming in. If I don't go out and write 50 plans because I'm helping another agent, that's okay. I know I've got that money coming in each and every month. Okay. Now, I want to show you something else. What if I build an agency? I've always said, if you want to add to your income, write business. If you want to multiply your income, go out there and recruit people and teach them to do what you do. Watch this. If you were to go out and hire 5 people, get 5 people underneath you every year. You get 5 recruits, you teach them to do what you're doing, and they write 120 plans each and every year. Here's what it would look like. We use the same formula. Year 1, you get a $50 override. Right? Your FMO may differ, but most companies, overrides are set by the different companies out there. $50 is about an average override if you've got 5 agents underneath you. So you got 50 times 120 times 5 agents, that's $30K your first year. Now, second year, you hire 5 more. Based on your overrides, if that should go up to about $75, your FMO should be giving you an increase if you've got more people underneath you. Now you've got $108,750. Year 3, you now have 15 agents underneath you. Your override should equal around $280,000. Year 4, you've got 20 agents underneath you. Your override should be about $125. Now you got $581,000 in overrides. Year 5, you should have a $150 override if you've got 25 agents underneath you. Your overrides should be well over $1 million. Now, you say, Dallas, I've been doing this for 35, 40 years and I don't have any overrides, anything like that. I would love to show you and help you as we go through this show. We're going to talk to agents that have built a business. We're going to talk to agents that have built an LOA business. We're going to talk to agents that have structured their business and help you learn how to do that. We would love for you to come along this ride. But we're going to close this first episode with this. I want to ask you a couple questions. I want you to comment for me. What is your why? Because you see, if your why is not strong enough, your how will never come. I was listening to a gentleman named John O'Leary. Great book. He's got a book called On Fire. And he says, if your why is big enough, you can overcome any how. But if you do not have a why, if you don't wake up every day and know why you do what you do, your business will never succeed. And I say that with confidence because that's why I failed. I told you earlier in the program, I failed twice. I had the why there. I just didn't know what it was. My why is my wife, my kids, and helping others. The reason I get out of bed each and every day is for that couple that sits across the table and they don't know what they have. They can't eat. They can't pay their mortgage. They can't do the things that they've worked all their life to build up to. I want to help them. I also want to show my wife and kids that, man, if you get out there and you apply yourself and you help people, there is a great living in this. And guys, when I say living, I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about living with happiness and fulfillment. I want to help Medicare agents expand their book of business one play at a time. We thank you for joining us. Please leave your comments. Tell me your why. What is your why? Why do you get out of bed each and every day and do what you do? Leave it in the comments. Like, subscribe. I appreciate you. I love you. Let's take this journey together.